Born in Norway and living in Switzerland, she trained as a lawyer and had been transfixed by the depredations of Anders Breivik since the attacks 2 summers before. How could this have happened in her peaceful homeland? She wanted to know how and why, and she conducted her own investigation to find out. Unni has a unique perspective on the country she left to conduct her life with her family elsewhere. Prosperous and peaceful as they appear to the rest of the world, Unni regards her former countrymen as sleepwalking through life. From an early age, she says, Norwegians are discouraged from standing out in a crowd and asserting their individuality. When she began interviews and research for this book, Unni intended to conduct a sociological study of the attacks of July 22, 2011. But there is a subset of psychology that focuses on the development of an individual within society, social psychology. This expansive and keenly reasoned social psychology study is a model of concerned citizen involvement in understanding and combating one of the most critical dilemmas of our age, the lone wolf terrorist. Unni became fascinated with and focused on how Anders Breivik developed into a solitary warrior for his twisted cause within the context of Norwegian society. She and I had many discussions of exactly what makes a lone wolf tick, and what makes him try, over and over again, to connect with other extremists who share his ideology, but are distracted by the normal social world they inhabit. Breivik and other lone wolves have no position in the social world. Because of a specific inability to develop meaningful relationships with other people, they are driven instead to intense relationships with extremist ideologies. Being human, they are hardwired to connect. A group was the primeval avenue of survival for a species like humans without fangs and claws. Being unsuccessful in connecting with other people would have earned a solitary individual a swift death early in human evolution. Today, different strategies are possible. What do you connect to when you can't connect meaningfully to other people? In the industrialized Western world, you have a number of opportunities. If you're intelligent, you might connect to the world of art or one of the sciences. You might become a naturalist, most comfortable in the natural world and largely uninvolved with people. Many people prefer their own company to that of others, and a solitary life is their choice. But what if it isn't your choice? What if, no matter how many opportunities exist for you in the world, you are utterly unable to have the connections you most crave? Because you are unable to establish the kinds of social connections that preoccupy most human beings, you can't be satisfied by gathering with friends in a park, going on dates, marrying, and having children. And in the absence of such social distractions, you are free to develop grandiose plans to grab attention for yourself and your grand ideas. You are free to live in the basement of your mother's house or on a remote farm and make your preparations unnoticed, as Breivik did. Throughout history, thousands, if not millions, of violent criminals have placed or sent bombs, shot, or otherwise killed their victims. Many committed their crimes alone. However, there are 2 things I found in my study that differentiate the lone wolves from other solitary criminals. First, their crimes had to be big, at a societal level. Second, they were shaped and motivated by ideology. They didn't know their victims, and they weren't out for money or any personal gain outside the notoriety of their acts. Lone wolves like Breivik need to matter in the world. They are repeatedly thwarted in this by the fact that no one recognizes their true genius. They have the answers to the issues that bedevil society if only they were recognized. Very well then. The world will be forced to recognize them. Too bad that people have to die to make that happen. Nothing personal. As Timothy McVeigh said of the children he murdered in Oklahoma City, there is always collateral damage in accomplishing a goal. Police and counterterrorism officials, limited in number, look primarily at extremist groups and the people who socialize in them. they miss the hidden development of lone wolves because they aren't in those groups.